happy that's
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Put Me On Something podcast with your host Alejandro, and I'm here with.
Hi, I'm Yvette.
And I'm Eurosign, and I got my man over here.
What's up? I'm Eric.
Emmerich.
I'm Jasmine.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight?
Not
Pretty
too
good.
shabby.
Pretty swell. Long ass drive and shit.
Oh, because you came from Mesa, didn't you?
I live where Courage the Cowardly Dog lives.
Middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere and shit. Feels like it.
You guys do live pretty far though from here.
So do you.
Oh,
Yeah, you're only 10 minutes away from here.
You live like right down the street from me.
Oh, you guys, I live right by you guys.
Neighbor and shit.
Neighbors. All right. You guys hear me fine?
Yeah.
You
Cool.
guys
Sick. Why do you guys get all quiet now? We're all like nervous.
For real.
Just
We're
like
yapping
normal.
away before we started.
Act normal. It's all cool,
Because we
man.
know we're getting recorded now.
You guys just be saying dumb stuff.
Well, what were we talking about? You were talking about like question.
Oh, no, I don't want to bring it up.
Bring it up.
Nah.
Just do it.
Nah. All right. Just hear me out. Just let me explain, guys. Just let me explain, and I can explain it
a lot of
deeper.
convincing.
Like drive a hard bargain.
I can be very, very persuasive.
All right. Just like I said. So basically, I've been thinking about it. Like, what? And I'm not trying to get too crazy, too in depth with it. But I had the idea of like, like the kind of like religion and like God itself. You know how like a lot of religions have their own God or different God or multiple gods or no actual designation of that. I started thinking like, what if in one sense we're all right and we're all wrong? Like, and I mean in the sense that what if like we're all right because what if God or what we think is God is just energy? Like it's just energy and shit. And then what if we're all wrong in a sense because we were almost on point, but literally like basically to put it in perspective, it's like say for instance, for example, if I was a Christian and then what I believe, what if Jesus exists to me because in my world that exists to me compared to someone that's like Buddhist, it exists to them because in their world it exists. You know what I'm saying? Like what if you're right? What if we're all right and we're all wrong? Special guest star right there.
I don't know. We were kind of touching up on this earlier, but how? Okay, so we don't know about other religions, so we don't feel it.
Yeah.
I'm religious, but I also feel like it's true. Like if my mom never would have taught me about Christianity, would I have known about it?
Yeah.
No.
True.
But then it's right. Like, you know how people are like, oh, I seen angels or I felt them or I have an angel watching over me. Okay, but other religions don't have that.
Yeah.
Well, can I say something too? Like, what about the people that have come to like near-death experiences and they say like they saw God?
Yes.
Or hell.
Well, here's the thing. I always thought of like, what if that's just like already imprinted in our head? Like, because when we're younger,
Ooh,
people
yeah.
tell us about religion this, religion that. It's in your head.
Mm-hmm.
So what if that's like already comes to you already?
Because in your
we're
mind it
yeah.
exists, right?
Yeah, in your mind it exists. So it's just like a part of your mind and memory, and then so once you're dying, it like
Your mind shows you that?
yeah.
Because what if, how like the image of Jesus or whatever, what if that, like, I mean, not getting into the whole technicality that they changed it from the image of what it is now, yada, yada, because technically he looked, supposedly he looked a lot different, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, like, what if that image of any Jesus was really only made just because that's man trying to make an understanding of this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people that didn't believe in evolution.
I guess, yeah, that too. But then at the same time, I kind of personally believe in both things.
So do I. I feel like I'm
You know what I mean?
religious. I mean, you're technically not supposed to believe in both, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard not to. Like, I feel like, yes, we could have.
But who gives us
Come-
the right to like believe in what we want to believe? Like,
Exactly.
like, you can't judge people for what they believe. That will make them happy. Would make them like believe in something. Why people? I don't know why people like to put their 2 cents on how they believe in
Wait.
stuff.
How others should live and shit?
Can I
Yeah.
say something? I'm sorry. Did you guys see the new Thor by any chance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, did you see Alejandro made a point about it when the main god was like you humans are only made to like praise us gods. That's what the only reason you were born.
What?
Oh,
What
yeah.
if they're showing us some truth of that?
Well, you know how they say, like,
Yeah.
everything is in front of our eyes, but nobody, like, pays attention? Like, all of the movies are either a part of the past, present, or future.
Yeah.
Could be the same thing. Like, in Thor, maybe they're trying to tell us something.
Because they do say Disney's what does mom say?
The devil?
It's
No, the devil?
Yeah, it's psychonic or
What is?
Disney.
Satanic.
Satanic. Thank you.
Psychotic.
No, I know what you mean. I've heard a lot of like things and seen things about like Disney and that kind of like controversial stuff. But
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, go. I forgot what I was saying.
Like, you know what I mean, though? Like, what if it exists because in your world, okay, like, to put in perspective, your mind is very powerful, right? And your mind is almost like the universe itself, you know? Like, people say that you are the universe, yada, yada, yada. Everything and anything is related to each other, connected to each other, you know what I'm saying? And you could also argue that scientifically because of atoms and shit like that. But what I'm saying is, like, say, so you draw... In your world, your mind, universe, this exists because you believe it to be
like
right?
manifestation.
Yeah, exactly. Manifestation. What if prayer is just manifestation? What if this is just man trying to understand?
I've been
things?
telling him that.
You know what
I've
I'm
been saying that.
No, but that's another key fact. Because my another key point that I'm trying to I want to say and shit. It's like just my view is that like when someone says like they don't necessarily believe in God. What if it's necessarily more in the sense of you don't believe the Bible? Because I can understand that because the Bible was man written, and how convenient is it to have these book of laws and shit?
The Bible's been changed like
that's
like
what I'm saying.
5 times, so it's never been the original book. So often it's always like the King James, or it's always different authors and people writing into that.
And then they say it themselves and shit. Like say for the Christians and shit, they'll say it themselves like Jesus didn't write it. Only people that supposedly met him or heard his words
That
and
people
shit
saw,
like
and they're the ones that put what he told them to do and all
then
that.
how convenient is it to be like, because someone could just slip something in there. You know what I'm saying? What they wanted to make work. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then, there's translations, there's metaphors, there's word of mouth. There's so many factors into it and shit. Stuff being removed, stuff being added. So I can agree with the idea of not, like, entirely fucking with the Bible and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, to each his own in any view and stuff, but, like, I feel like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm telling you. Going back to what I'm saying, like, what if we're all right and we're all wrong? And because God, what we believe is God, is just energy. Like, we're all right and we're all wrong.
Well, no, God might be energy. It just, like I said, it just depends on how the people view his vision, existence. People look at him as, like you say, like Jesus. Some people look at him as like energy. Other people probably look at him.
There's so many different versions of Jesus too.
Yeah.
I took world religions in college and shit, and there's like all kinds of versions. There's like a rock and roll Jesus. There's a rock and roll Jesus. There's a rock and roll Jesus. There's a Jesus that doesn't necessarily have a face. There's a Jesus that's more like an African American and shit. There's a European Jesus.
They say how angels supposedly look like?
Oh, like all crazy and shit.
Yeah, like all eyes and wings and stuff.
Yeah, they have like 3 eyes. They look
That
nothing like
crazy,
what like movies or things that we've seen in books represent them at all.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly, right? This is all like we don't actually know, but the way the Bible describes it is
like beautiful and shit. But that's what I'm saying. What if it's
actually opposite? We picture them as something different, but the like past history claims them to have like 3 eyes and like they just look a little more disturbing than what we would think.
They're not as beautiful as they perceive them.
And then like what I'm saying, like what if it's just man trying to make an interpretation and understanding of something?
Yeah.
Like if you like you know what I'm saying? They're just trying to have a better understanding of it, so that's why it carries on of image and so forth and shit.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. So I said that else, but what did you guys say? Oh yeah, all crazy and shit. Have you seen this?
Oh, that's what that means.
Because
I see that a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Like the Illuminati.
That's it. Well, those are supposedly the way
we get into, but this is what angels are technically in the Bible say they look like.
That's crazy.
But like I said, this could also like interpreted into like the Illuminati. That's probably why they use it as like a higher power, higher energy, and that's probably what they got the idea from. Because it is like a high power where it's like it's something above you that's guarding you and protecting and all that. So they could have probably got the idea off of that too. You never know.
Yeah.
That's what they always say. The all-seeing eye. Always keep your third eye open because that's your woke eye. That's what your eye sees more than your 2 eyes do. Technically, that's what the third eye is.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Is your third eye open even?
Not to right
I
now.
don't think so.
Third eye woke.
It's all red.
Third eye open, but the other two
the
are
worst
closed.
part is like the deeper you dive, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly like thinking about all the conspiracy theories. You're thinking about like your everyday
this?
life.
What about that? What about
yeah,
this?
your everyday life is ruined after that. It sucks. Like you should should have that third eye open, but then at the same time, it changes your whole view on life.
You know what's crazy?
because
You know what's
ignorance is
crazy?
bliss.
Like me and Tino got into conspiracy like way back in high school, and like ever since then, like we've been on it, like everything's just conspiracy now. But lately, everything's like, doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't even matter. People are completely faced to it.
If it's a conspiracy, it is. If it's not, it's not. Like,
Yeah,
doesn't even matter.
it could be blatantly in your face. No, because going back to have you guys seen those hidden images? It's like the little triangle in the eye and shit. You see it everywhere in shows and shit, but very subtle. I swear, this one time and shit. Going with what Alejandro said. Eventually, you just stop caring because I swear to you, for 30 days, I took count for 30 days straight. I kept seeing it every day, and to the point I got exhausted. I stopped caring, and then I just stopped seeing it and shit. Because it's like one of those things. If you look for it, you'll see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
But whatever, it's like the government, because you know how like Roswell, like the whole
yeah.
the thing, the UFO that crashed supposedly in the
Water balloon, you
yeah.
mean?
Supposedly, like there's a dude.
The weather balloon.
The water balloon.
Water
What if like this dude explained it like, okay, what if it was supposed to be a conspiracy, but what if like the government just wants us to think it is? So like, what if they're doing like a secret project? Like, oh, now we want people to think it's alien, so like they can get off our back, you know?
Yeah.
So,
or like when
Like
something crazy happens,
like what if
distract us and shit.
like what if it was like a spy, like machine or something, you know? But they want people to think it's like a UFO,
secret servers and shit, like
yeah,
shit, yeah.
so they can get off our back, you know? Know what I mean?
That's a good theory.
Do you guys believe like, well, it's like if aliens are real, but you believe that they have seen some stuff here and they're just covering it up?
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like saying, like kind of going in the sense, do you guys believe there's like something beyond us,
Yes.
like existing? Like we can't be the only
I think
planet
there's some
with living
even
creatures.
like when I look up in the stars. Well, if there
What
are stars,
stars?
Stars.
well, when we go camping, out there, and now you can see way more. And people say they're stars, but how do we know they're stars? We're just going off what the people tell us and all that. But they could actually be like other cities out there, planets and stuff like that. Even flying like spaceships and stuff like that. And for us, they're
Yeah.
and have you ever seen a shooting star?
Yeah.
I always think like when they go into like hyperspeed. Have you ever seen like Star Wars or something? When they're about like
super
3
fast
to the
and shit?
and
Yeah.
I feel like those are what the shooting stars are like.
It's just Guardians of the Galaxy out there, guys. See?
They're all fighting Thanos right now. We're over
Rockets
here.
in there.
crazy shit just going on and shit.
We only see what they want us to see. That's it.
That's true. Definitely.
That's what the whole conspiracy theory is about. Like, we only see what they allow us to see.
Or like allow us to know and shit.
I feel like everyone's
Because
done-
like in the same sense where everyone knows quote unquote about the Illuminati, but like everyone's just like
no,
continue with the lines.
nobody does anything about
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
At this
yeah.
point, the Illuminati is kind of like a joke. They use it in like movies now. It's everywhere. So nowadays, like, it's not even like
It's no big surprise.
It's not a big surprise anymore. We're numb to it. Like everything that comes out, like conspiracy and all that, we're just numb to it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But what if that was their whole thing? They wanted us to think,
That's what I'm
everything-
saying. They're doing it on purpose to like. It's like
It's normal.
brainwashing us. It's kind of like like it
No,
just
normalizing, like
Normalizing.
Yeah.
No.
honestly, it is a lot of like normalizing
desensitizing
demonic
whatever
things.
shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like a lot of demonic things have come out lately. Like, have you guys seen that video of Billie Eilish?
No,
She's like at a concert and she like
Oh, she
it's-
bends backwards?
She bends like all the way backwards and her eyes like roll all the way back and they're
she
like,
just had an itch on her back. But
yeah, right.
check this out.
That's what they want you to believe.
Well, I mean, what if they caught her?
Well, I mean, she's mainstream though. She has to basically do those kind of things.
No,
Yeah.
but like, what if they just caught her like when she was like just happening to roll back?
Wait,
her
wait, wait!
eye?
You're saying in real life?
No.
No, this really happened.
Or in a music video?
No, at a
I thought you said
concert.
music. Wait,
Concert,
in a
yeah.
concert?
No, concert.
Where was she? Where was she? In the audience or like in a booth?
On
or something?
stage.
No, she was on stage and she bent like all the way backwards, huh? Like it was
Well, maybe
like
she's just
far
fucking
back.
flexible. And
I
shit.
think of hip hop with that. Damn.
Oh, did you guys hear that she has her own like?
She wasn't like dancing though. It was just like random. She was like in the middle of a
check
song.
They
and,
gon'
like,
they gon' fucking freak when they see this.
Get a laugh out of this.
Check this out. Oh, you guys heard that Billie Eilish and along with other artists have their own like not doppelgangers but like doubles, stunt doubles.
Yeah.
to, like,
Oh, yeah.
perform more and shit.
yeah, I've
I
seen
swear,
that.
I swear to you, Jeezy has one. Do you know who Jeezy is?
Yeah.
Shoreline. I swear to you, he has one because people argue that he's 6'2", and then when I saw him perform, realistically, he's like 5'8", 5'9", or some shit.
What the hell?
Yeah, and then in some performances, he's wearing a ski mask all the time.
Yeah. Kanye West does that too.
so
yeah.
easy these days.
Yeah,
like for
They were,
like Rolling Loud. I think it was a Rolling Loud. Kanye West was supposed to perform there, and he kind of like backed out the last minute. But then Kanye West
nowhere.
came out, but it wasn't Kanye West. It was some like
dude wearing a mask the whole time.
he wasn't wearing a mask, but he was all like dressed in black and had over his face and all. And people were like, "That's not
Fucking that
Kanye
shit.
West." But then Kanye was at the concert. He just didn't perform.
He was like watching the show.
He was. He's like, "I'm watching my doppelganger."
no.
He's all like easy money.
Akon actually did that. He has the twin.
Yeah, the
Yeah, just
brother.
had the twin. Yeah, he did that.
Yeah.
He's the one that did
No
it.
They're just doing more
way.
shows and shit. Yeah.
'Cause I don't think if he couldn't make it or if he was not
No,
didn't
I
want
think
to
they
do
did
it.
it to just make more money and
They
shit.
did it to make more money because
Oh, yeah.
for him to be at certain places like more than once. like at multiple times. So they would use his brother, and they were making like double.
And
the
then his
money.
brother would just lip sync the music.
No way.
Oh, do you think
Yeah.
his brother ever got some like groupie affection?
Do you remember that was one of the biggest things back then? Like lip singing was like the
Face,
biggest deal.
Ashley,
Oh, like
Ashley Simpson, right?
Pop stars do that.
Yeah.
shit.
She's the one that
No,
got caught.
Jessica Simpson, right?
No, her sister actually.
Oh, yeah. Didn't Britney Spears
Well, a lot of
also?
them.
I don't know.
They like the music
A lot
cut
of
off, and then she was like not singing, but she was just moving her lips.
Yeah, I feel like artists are so scared to lip sync now because of like in the past. They
And
used
because
to-
of that, I always thought like, oh, they're not really performing in concerts. Like
Yeah.
I never thought so. But then when we went to go see Bad Bunny, I was like, oh shit.
But then
Yes,
again, I think it's different for like pop artists and like
real.
rap and
Yeah.
shit.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Bad Bunny sounds good in person too.
Really?
Yeah.
How tall is he?
Oh,
He's
it's
pretty
like
tall.
6'1".
Really?
Six,
Yeah.
probably my
What?
height.
Damn. How tall are you, Joe?
6'1".
It was such
He's
a good
lying. He's
concert.
6 foot. He always rounds it up.
Yeah, he's
Six-
beautiful.
It was a beautiful.
He's a
concert.
handsome
He's a
man.
handsome man.
6'1", but when, on my money, I'm 7'2".
It's such a
6'3".
whole different experience being able to be like close up to the artist.
Okay, because you guys had floor seats, right?
Yes, it was such a great. It was honestly like a really great experience.
Euphoric.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we were so like feet, like just a few feet,
Like 20 feet away from him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Deadass?
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of you guys.
Did you think about running on stage?
But then I don't know. We really liked our seats too, though. Like there were so many like pros to it. It was
Oh,
so
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that sucks about floor seats is that you have to deal with having to go all the way up to the stairs just to get drinks, just to go to the restroom.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, they're floor seats. Why wouldn't you guys at least like put like porter potties or like drinks down there?
Yeah, or have
Oh,
people
yeah.
come around once on like how they do at games, you know?
Exactly. Well, they're still doing that within the seats, like the
Oh, yeah,
higher up
yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
isn't,
saw that.
isn't,
For the
isn't
floor
a tall
ones.
can like 15 bucks or
Yeah.
18 bucks?
Yeah.
Like,
They're
goddamn.
like these
I'm
people on the
Joe's like,
floor
I'm
seats
enjoying
can't
every sip of
afford it.
this.
They
And then-
spent too much on the
And then
tickets.
my poor brother went to the concert as well, and he only had cash, and they only took card. So he ordered like $90 worth of food, and when he was ready to pay, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we only take cash." And he was so thirsty. So when he went to like see you guys, he said that he was happy he got the seltzer from you guys because he was thirsty.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then my phone didn't work, so I was like, "You should have like."
Yeah, I saw him
just
walking
called
around
me.
all lost. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh.
Need food.
I swear everyone went like in the valley and shit.
Everybody, yeah.
Everyone's
Oh, yeah.
on
All
fucking this
Arizona
shit.
was there.
Fuck, pretty much. That's crazy. Cause our cousin hit me up because she saw that Joe was there and she's like, "You go too?" I was like, "No, I wish." She thought I was there too and shit.
It was a good concert.
It was.
Wait,
good.
I'm so sorry. Can we talk about how you guys got scammed?
Oh god.
Oh yeah. Tell us.
We could tell him.
I don't even want to go there.
They
It
got
was too
finessed for
much.
I'm
$5
sorry.
bills.
I really wish I would have just told you not to do it in the morning.
I know, but it
they
is what
look
it is.
legit, honestly.
But you know what we talked about? So like we would have had like really high seats had we not done it. Or like okay, so we bought the first ticket.
Wait, I'm sorry. Okay, you're gonna explain it from the beginning.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. So we bought the first tickets, right? That's what we thought. And somehow I guess I only bought one and they were at a good price then. So it was worth it to get them.
Yeah.
And then on the day of, I was like, okay, I should go in and check my tickets. I knew that we had them because they were already in my email. And I went to look at it and it only said one ticket. And I was like, what the fuck?
Refresh.
How did I do that? Yeah, literally, I was like, how did I do that? And we were freaking out. So I found someone on Facebook that was selling them. Okay, red flag. I know.
Well, you honestly sometimes they're legit.
Yeah, I know. And then so they sent them through an app, and they showed up perfectly there, seat number, barcode. So I didn't send any money until I got them because I didn't trust it. And then she sent them, and so I was like, okay, fine, I'll send half, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. You should have said it was a red flag the moment she was okay to send them before.
That's
she got
what
money.
Eric said.
Wait. She
But
said
remember, I screen recorded Yvette, and I was like, "Look at this! Like, you tell me." And they look so fucking real, right?
she
Like
said
they're
she was
on an app.
Gonna send you the tickets first. and
Yeah,
then
okay,
take
so
the cash?
she met this girl online and she was selling 2 tickets for 525 or 250 each.
Yeah.
So she told her, so like, how many do you want? She's like, well, just 2. And are they good seats and this? And she's like, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So then she's like, here, I'll even send them to you because I trust you guys. And then you guys will like check them out, see if
Hey,
they're legit.
that red flag was I trust you.
Yeah.
No, because
Yeah, trust you.
you're right. But it was because I kept telling her, I don't know, like, what kind of proof can you send?
Yeah.
You know, and then she's like, well, I'll send them to you first. And then,
And then,
like, you know.
And then she's like, what's your guys' names? I could just put your names on them and everything like that. And I'm like, usually when you buy tickets, you can't change the names.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
No,
usually-
you can.
It was
Like,
sometimes you can't though,
Ticketmaster lets
depending
you.
on some
Yeah.
people. Some of them
Because
you
people
can't.
buy them and resell them.
Uh-huh.
Remember that.
You can change them when you resell.
Yeah, so she did that, and then she gets a ticket and sends them to me, and I'm like, I don't know, I had like that feeling, like kind of look sketchy and all that, and I'm like, well, just send them back, just say that we don't have the money or we don't like the seats, and we'll just buy them at the concert. And once she told her that, she's like, well, sorry, I can't refund them. Or like, once I send them to you, that's it. Like, you can't give them back to me unless you sell them back to someone else.
She's like, no keys, he's back.
And I'm like, but and when you get tickets, you're allowed to like get your money refunded and all that.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
girl's like, you can't do all that. And then she's like, but they're legit. I promise they're real and this and that. And we're like going back and forth for like an hour.
Yeah.
About
No,
it.
you should have lied to her. Like, hey, I came down to the box office and they checked them. Like, before giving her the money, you should have been like, they're saying it's
Or
not
she just
real,
met
I'm not
up.
sending anything.
A little closer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but we get to the concert and we like dumbasses. We paid her just $250. They're like, well, do the $250. We'll get the other $250 once we get in there to make sure they're valid.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, okay, cool. And then later on, she was all like, my boyfriend found out about this and he's pissed, so he wants to send him the rest of the money, or he's gonna make sure he cancels one of the tickets as fraud. And we're like, but we agree on this. She's like, no, like my boyfriend's really mad about what I did, and can you please send the other $250? And I told her, don't send it. I was all
My
like, so then
boyfriend.
she's like,
My boyfriend.
either you take the $250 or you refund it back the money, and we'll give you back the ticket.
Should have told her stand up for yourself.
So then we get there, and the first thing we do is go to the line to make sure they're real. And right when she's scanning them, it says tickets what was it? Unavailable and all that. And then she did the
What?
other one. I'm like, damn.
Wait, so she used them?
No, they were fake.
Oh, they're fake.
But they were real tickets.
But she took them back.
But they were on somebody else's name,
Yeah.
and so it was like this big old thing.
Damn.
Whatever. It was a blessing in disguise because Naomi went with us, his sister, and she was going to use our other single ticket, but we didn't want her alone, and we were already
I
kind
was
of.
say no, we don't want her.
We were already kind of
They don't
sketched
want
out.
you.
She gets too crazy when she's by herself drinking and stuff.
She's
No,
carried away.
I just didn't trust it. Like
Start
people
swinging.
around her, you never
You
know.
see her in the mosh pit.
She's the one that started it, and we're worried about her.
Mosh pit. Had a bad buddy costume.
I know. So then we ended up like talking to the box office, and she gave us a really good deal on the suite. So we ended up getting 3 tickets in the suite, and we had like literally the time of our life. Like it was so much fun.
That's dope.
We had our own bathroom. Like it was so
way.
nice.
Wait, was anyone else there, or was it just you guys?
No, so it's
There was
there's,
other people there. Huh? I saw them.
there's
Did you
12,
know him?
No, there's 12 people like allowed in the box,
Yeah?
like in the
Did you,
suite.
did you guys like talk to him?
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, they're actually pretty.
Did you guys party with them? Like,
Yeah, they're cool people. We were drinking with all of them and partying with all of them.
They,
stuff
they
like
offered
that.
you drugs, bro.
No,
No.
we don't do drugs.
No, we don't.
there to be
Hey, it's so
different.
easy to sneak sick in there, though.
It was.
Honestly,
it
Like when I
is.
went to the Kendrick Lamar concert, it was at the Sun Stadium. What's it called? The Sun Stadium?
The footprint.
Footprint Stadium. Yeah, I swear, bro, we should have fucking snuck some shooters in or something. Like
Yeah.
you know, like the little liquor things.
They don't check like
Yeah.
anything.
Oh,
It's so ridiculous.
I swear, yeah, because I just went in like nothing. I was like, damn, I could have brought
I
my
had
thing
my
and
little
shit.
pen, my joint, my wallet, and that was it.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to bring weed too and shit, but then I was like, nah. You know what I mean?
They go throwing that
Honestly,
shit out.
the security there, the security, like all that, wasn't even that like top on
well,
it.
we
It was
didn't
so
even
easy to
go
get
through
in there.
any security.
Oh yeah.
Nothing.
We
We
didn't.
walked
We
through.
didn't go through it.
All they did was have us walk through. Like, don't take off anything. I'm like, okay. Most places make you take off.
And they're like rushing
yeah.
you too, like hurry up, hurry up,
yeah,
hurry up.
yeah. They were rushing
Like,
us.
sir, my pants are falling. I gotta put my belt back on.
I put my
Well, probably because they knew it was so big. Like,
Yeah.
there
It
was
was. They
a
get
lot of
frustrated.
people.
It was so many people. When we were leaving, it was like shoulder to shoulder. Like,
That's how we were. Some girl, I think she got bothered because when we were trying to
got
get out
packed out.
already, you know, it's so hot and it's humid and her hair is so long and it kept getting stuck in in my forearm and I like grabbed her
tickle?
hair. Well, it just got annoying because I was like, I don't want to pull this bitch's hair. So I grabbed like her hair and I put it to the side and I said, hey, your hair is going to get stuck and I don't want to pull on it. And she was like, sorry.
Did you just
She
try
have
to
her
be
nails
nice?
done and everything too.
Sorry. Her,
Yeah.
her and another friend, like, nah, we could take
I had to hold on to him in order to walk because
had to
people were
grab
The
him.
wave was
shoving.
gonna take you and shit.
People are so rude. It's like, listen,
real.
everybody's just trying to get through. Why are you trying to rush through from the back to the front?
did you guys drink when you guys were there?
We couldn't drink comfortably because we don't want to go back and forth to the restroom and then
Yeah,
have
that-
to go
yeah.
all the way up.
Yeah.
We had to go all the way up. to
Yeah,
get
I
to-
didn't want
He
to.
got
crazy.
he got crazy. He got so.
Did you
cra-
drink before that?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't even talked to you. They know, but
Oh,
so
let them know.
so he was like, we pre-gamed a little bit at the house.
Yeah.
Me, him, and Naomi. And then we got there, and Naomi wanted shots, so we were taking shots. He normally doesn't drink liquor like that. And so he was drinking liquor, he was drinking beer, seltzers, I think, too. So, and he really didn't eat. Like, we bought food, but he barely ate anything. And he was just drinking and drinking and drinking. Mm-hmm. And we started, like, dancing, like the concert was starting. And all you see is him folded over in the suite. There's still, like, bleacher chairs. And he was, like, folded over in between. Like, he fell over the whole thing. He flipped over. That's not even the best part. You want to hear the best part?
What is it?
There's more. Because he fell 3 times in total.
What?
The second time, he was dancing with some of Naomi's friends that were in the suite with us, and he stood on the chair of the other guy, and Eric thought he could do it too. Like, he thought he was Superman, my baby. And he got on the chair and fell all the way backwards. Like, he fell off the chair.
If you would have fell forward, would you have fallen out?
Everyone was making sure he was okay.
I would have laughed.
I was all in the back of the bleachers, so if I would have fell forward, I would just fall into the second row.
Imagine you like fall
from this top.
He's on the jumbotron,
hanging off of there. No, and then the third time was
Bad
when
Bunny comes to save him in that floating thing.
On the palm tree.
Yo, what would you do if you got saved like that, bro?
He would probably kiss him.
Oh yeah, that would be crazy.
He'd be like, "Thank you, you've always been my hero."
No te preocupes.
He's showing his tattoo. He's not like using that one
I won't get it
distress.
covered up anymore.
Estamos bien.
The third time he fell, we were leaving. It was really packed, but it wasn't as bad. Like, when you're higher up, it's easier to get out for some reason. I don't know. There's just not as many people, I guess.
Yeah.
But you're still pretty close. We got out fast. Well, we were going down the stairs because it's a baseball stadium. It's all concrete.
Damn.
And we're going down the stairs, and everyone's like singing Bad Bunny songs, right? Everyone's all hyped still from the concert.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
And he's carrying the merch, but he's like just having a good time, drunk, and he like face planted off of the stairs. You just like skipped the stair or what?
How many steps into the stairs? Like,
Probably like there was probably like 3 till the next one.
Oh, cousin. Did you feel it?
Not until the next day.
Aw.
My knees were all like bruised up. Like, my back was hurting. My head was throbbing.
Wait, Jasmine, what was his expressions when he fell? Like, ah!
Honestly, each time he fell, it happened so fast. I can't even remember. Like, it was just like that, and then we would all help him up, and then he was just like walking again.
Aw. He's like a toddler.
Yeah, he is like a toddler. When they fall, you just pick them up, and they just keep going. Yeah, but
Wait, so okay, there was times where we were like, "Oh, did Bad Bunny come out already?"
Oh yeah,
because people were cheering on, and
fighting?
they were fights.
yeah.
They're fighting.
Did you guys see them?
was any
We
girl
saw
fights?
it like obviously like it wasn't super
What, it was
close.
dudes? There was a bunch of dudes fighting?
It was
No.
dudes, it was girls.
Yeah, so the one that we kind of saw, but it was already like already getting broken up. It was 2 guys fighting.
Yeah.
But I guess one of the guys got hit, and the girlfriend jumped in and started fighting the guy. That's the
Lit.
one that
No,
we
that's
saw.
not what happened. They were.
This
It
is
was
what
the
happened.
girl arguing with another guy, and the boyfriend was behind her, and she was like spitting on the other guy.
What the
And
hell?
the
He's like, call me scum.
yeah, the other guy swung at her boyfriend, like swung over her, and they started fighting. And like she was kind of like in the middle, and I think she tried to hit him. I don't know, but she
Wait.
shouldn't have spit on him.
No,
an
that's
argument's
r-
an argument, but
For real,
spitting on
like,
someone
spitting,
that's
bro,
just
that's-
wrong.
that's-
And
Technically
especially
counts as
before the
assault.
concert, though, like you got kicked out and the concert didn't even start.
Yo, you just wasted all
and they
that
were
money.
floor
Way.
seats, weren't they? Like there were some.
No, they
No,
were
right.
on the first row before you guys get to the floor seats.
Wow.
So they were still on the bleachers, but I mean, from their sitting, those were like good
They
view
were
too.
good view,
yeah.
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know why people fight. Like, there's an incident too that happened at the California one. I think like the Saturday, where these 2 guys were going at it, and it's like before they even made it into the stadium.
Wow.
They're already fighting outside. Like, dude, you
What a
spent all
waste.
I
that.
understand because there was a dude next to me that kept bumping into me, like this couple.
Yeah.
Like, just you
Was it
kind of
annoying?
like you get annoyed of it.
It's
like,
annoying,
fuck
but
yeah,
I mean, you just gotta be patient.
Some people aren't respectful either.
Yeah, like why you
Yeah,
gonna
and
fight
then some
when
people
you pay
like
for all
test
that
their
money?
limits too and shit. You ever
They
had
push
that?
you.
Like in public and shit, they're
Yeah.
just testing their limits and shit.
All I imagine is Ale like pushing him the way he pushed Eric.
No, you know what? I saw him
He's all
pushing
like,
him.
"Stop."
And I was watching him. I was like, if this motherfucker pushes Alejandro one more time, I'm gonna say something.
Yvette's like,
how
I'll
big-
get him.
how-
Yeah.
I'll
What
get
was
him,
his size,
honey.
Alejandro?
Huh? He was tiny, short dude.
I think he was already drunk because he dropped
Could've
his
rocked
drink.
him.
Oh,
I could have. He looked like the guy that would want to start fights. You know.
Yeah.
He was the type that if he was carrying a gun, he'd be like trying to show off with his gun, thinking he's hot shit.
Tuck the shirt inside.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's up, bro? What's up?"
He's like, you don't want none of this.
Joe's like,
It was so
It's
annoying.
hot.
Girls were getting
Hot.
on their seats.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Standing?
Yes.
Oh, that's annoying.
And then the security was like, "Hey, get off," and they would act like they wouldn't hear them. And like the security, I like that. I like that they made sure to continue to tell them to get off until they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying. They're like all up and you
Yeah,
can't
they
even
block
see.
everybody's view.
It's not fair because they block everyone's view. And
Yeah.
like
Not
everyone.
Not my fault. You're short.
Joe's like, still
No, not
close.
even that. Like
Setting
they're
6'2".
just trying to really stand out, and it's like, hey, everybody's just trying to watch it as well. Please be respectful of others around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, it was a good concert.
It was
Good
so
show.
good.
Good show. Good show. Good show.
It was so good.
It was
Where'd you guys
definitely
even
an
park?
experience.
Huh?
Where'd you guys even park?
We
Oh, we got
Ubered
dropped
it.
off.
We
You got
Ubered.
dropped out? Oh, nice. That's always
Would've
good.
been
You
so
guys
Our
did
Uber
too,
was
huh?
scary, guys.
Our
They
Uber
do.
was Cuban and he sounded just like Bad Bunny. It was a good hype up before we got there.
Was it?
Nice.
I
Yeah,
was-
like that strong accent. It was really nice.
Yeah,
It was really
brother.
cool.
That Islander accent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
come on, amigo. That's what he was talking to.
Hold on, bro.
Telling you.
Yo, Eric. Luigi.
And-
Only knows Italian.
Back in the day, there's this. We went vacation a couple of years ago, and we went to go get some pizza at this Italian place.
Like straight up.
It was like
fucking-
it was literally a door in the, like a wall.
Yeah, no windows where there was, you could see the pizza. Then I don't know what was happening. Like they were just taking forever, and I think they forgot to order something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just messing with them. Hey, Luigi, they forgot the pizza.
Did they hear you?
Yeah. No, they didn't.
I
But
don't think
they
they know.
did, and they just started
Because we were
cracking
just walking
up.
around.
Because they just
Wait,
at the
they heard
moment.
you?
Yeah,
Oh.
they did.
Dude, do you remember that fucking? Well, we don't know, but we think we might have saw like some paranormal shit on the beach.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
You tell them. You
Go
tell
ahead.
them.
You tell them. I'm tired of telling the story. Nobody believes me.
Because that's like the only
Nobody
story he
believes-
has to tell the people. So
No, I don't.
Just that you got to be there to believe it.
He has one good story and he's already overused it.
This one never.
Nah, I can tell real quick.
Yeah.
ahead.
Go for it.
So it was like 2000, like what, like 16 maybe,
18.
18, when we went to San Diego.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like every night we would go out and stuff like that, and we'll go to the beach and hang out. Like late at night after like the clubs and bars, we will go out to the beach and just hang out there and just kick it throughout the whole night. But the funny thing is, every night we went, we kept seeing like a guy sitting there on a chair. Like I don't know if you ever seen people how when they fish, they just sit there and then they just like, with the rod out. That's how it looks. So we thought he was fishing or just hanging out with the enjoying the view like we were. And then the next day we came and like. Was he getting closer, or like were we getting closer to
We
him?
just getting closer to him.
Yeah, and then the funny thing is, we went there one time, like I think it was like 12 at night or 1, and everything was just like all lights, normal lights were on, but all you see is just one person sitting there, and we're like, we're okay, what the fuck? So we kept walking. It was the same dude, same spots, just same dude with same clothes and just sitting there in the same spot, and. We were a couple of people, and some of them were like, "Let's go touch him, like see what." I'm like, no, I was like, dude, what if that's a spirit? What if? Yeah, I was like, what if he actually drowned it out here and like his soul is lost, and now he just lost there and just sitting there and just enjoying the views and stuff like that. I was like, what if we actually go and touch him? It's a real guy, but it's a killer.
Oh,
And they're like, yeah, let's go touch him, let's go. And they're like running towards him. I'm like, you guys are fucking stupid, don't go. And then eventually they end up stopping, and no one went to go see him.
No,
but
yeah.
It was creepy though, cause like.
No, I don't know if you remember, bro, because I think I was one of the persons to get closest.
Yeah,
And
you're
I-
the one that be all
insisted we
macho.
go over there.
Yeah.
Let's go touch
No,
him,
because I
bro.
thought it was maybe a drunk man that was asleep with the Yoshi. He was
No,
like,
he was
three
sitting-
nights?
He was sitting up.
for
Like,
3 nights.
No, to me,
days.
to
Wait,
me,
did
it
you guys
looked
see him in
like-
the daytime?
No, just at night.
To me, it looked like he was sitting down and shit, like on a little chair. I swear I kept getting closer and closer and shit. And I had this weird feeling. Dude, I swear to you, I kept getting closer and closer, and the image never got clearer. It just stayed black.
Oh, shit.
Like, you know how when your eyes adjust to the
Yeah.
light and at night and
It
shit?
was like a shadow. Like,
Yeah, like that's what
never
kind of
told
threw
me
me
that,
off.
Phil.
Yeah, no, for real. I swear, the closer and closer I got, the image just stayed dark.
No shit,
Like no
that-
details
that-
were
yeah.
appearing. And then something was telling me it wasn't like a scary feeling, but something was telling me like, never mind.
forget about
your
it.
gut feeling.
Forget about it.
No, but it was the strangest thing.
He's like, guy, I don't think he's real.
Your gut telling you
We're
it's
all
not worth
gone.
the trauma. Just walk away.
Yeah.
Walk away.
It's not
No,
worth
you know what's
losing
funny?
your soul.
I submitted it to another podcast and they read my story.
Oh,
They did.
Wait,
It
which
pretty
podcast
good.
was it?
And they said it sucked.
Really?
They were like, oh, wow.
Who said this?
Oh, they read it. And they're
Yeah,
like,
they
"Ah,
read
whack."
it. They read it because they were like doing like a whole scary like Halloween section, and then they read it. I'm like, oh, they didn't really like, oh. It's whatever. And then the other ones, like, they got like, oh wow, this is crazy, isn't it?
Oh, that's sad.
I feel like my
Alright,
heart is
maybe it's just the
broken
way
for
you-
you now.
I know.
Maybe it's just the way
Wait.
you
No, I
writing
wrote,
and shit.
Well, I wrote it pretty long.
I'm gonna get it
but-
published for you.
Oh,
Wrote it pretty
yeah,
long,
you
but
over
too short.
explained.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
keep
how
it
it
short.
is.
and then
And then this happened, and then and then.
Like
Wait,
one of us got
talk
killed.
about
It
talk
was just
about
one big sentence.
your guys' wolf house. How many like things have happened
Oh, yeah,
there?
didn't you live
Your
in
what?
a crazy ass house in Phoenix and shit?
Yeah, it's literally right across the street from.
You want to go see
Wherever,
it?
yeah?
Sorry.
Let's take it
Go
over there.
experience.
Is
See, we can go to our old house too on Broadway.
that, is that where your tío lives?
That's where Izzy used to live.
That's where my uncle
Or that's
lives
where
at
his
now,
deal lives now. Yeah. Yeah, talk about it. How you saw the man with the hook over the. He was a
The
hashling
hashling
slasher.
All right, let's see. Where should we start?
It all started on a rainy night.
2005 to be exact. Now, so we were young and we were living out here in Phoenix. And my parents had a party. I think it was like a birthday party for one of us. And the whole family was there and everything. And the kids were playing outside. We were in the backyard. And so for some reason, it's weird because I don't know if you ever noticed, like right behind our house, there used to be like this house that looked like a tree house. I don't know if you ever seen it. But I was like creepy because it was like a creepy tree and all that. And for some reason, no one ever was in there. But the house was like, you could see the lights on, but never see people like coming in or out or anything. And the whole backyard was just like dirty and like overgrown and everything just looks
like
so,
not kept up and shit.
yeah, but it looked so creepy. And then that tree would like over time that tree was just dying and dying, so it just looked worse and worse. And one night we were out there just having like with the cousins and all just playing around and whatever. So then the parents called in to like sing happy birthday.
Yeah.
So we went inside, but then I don't know why, but I looked back. And when I look back, I just look up on the wall and I just see a guy standing there,
Yeah.
like wearing like a trench coat, all black hood, like the hoodie over his face, and just like with the hook in his hand. And I'm like,
How far away were you from it?
probably like 10 feet maybe or something like that.
What the fuck?
So, but then when I looked up, like I could see his face, but I saw like a little grin, you know, like it just looked so like creepy and stuff like that. And I just ran inside the house and because I got scared, you know. And the funny thing is, years later, I told the story to someone, and my cousin Isaac, who was there that night too, he's like, I always thought it was fake, dude. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I actually saw him too. That's why I ran inside the house. And
Was
went
it the same night or a different
Same night.
Oh,
He's like, I
shit.
went and ran inside the house and went to get my mom. And that's when I was already outside, but I didn't know that. So when I went back inside, he went back outside with his mom, and he said that it was gone. Like, whatever they saw was just gone.
What the hell?
And then, but I mean, in the house though, like we used to see some crazy shit. Like this one time, it was like at 3 a.m, and my other uncle used to live there because that house is like my parents are the owners of the house, but it's been down past with like different brothers
Yeah,
and sisters and all.
generations and shit.
Yeah, just renting it out and stuff. So it's always family kept. And one night we were there just watching TV at 3 a.m, like it was like just like normal Saturday night, and all we hear is just banging and banging and banging on the door like crazy. And that's when Izzy used to live there, and we opened up the door. Adolf did, and some girls like, they're gonna kill me, please let me in, please.
Wait, some girl was saying that?
Some girl was saying that.
Banging on your door?
Banging on the door, and we have like a screen door, like a security door.
Yeah.
So we opened up the
metal?
The metal. No, we opened up
The
like,
wood
the
one and the metal one was still there?
The metal
Yeah,
was still
yeah.
there, locked. And she's like, they're gonna kill me, please, just let me in, just please let me in.
Fucking scary.
And then they're like, no, like go get help, like go, because you never know.
Like you guys will call the
'cause,
cops.
No, 'cause
Yeah,
sometimes
like-
they do that shit to rob houses.
you
and
never
shit.
you never know. Yeah, there'd probably be someone out there like waiting when we open. They'll just like storm in and stuff like that. And then, but she's like, they're after me. They're gonna get me. They have a knife and they're chasing me.
Dude, what are you doing here? What the fuck?
Yeah, you know, like why you coming
I
to
don't want your
us?
problems.
Take your problems out.
Yeah, go next door. And so they didn't let her, but we ended up calling the cops.
Yeah.
And when she heard that we were calling the cops, she just took off running.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
just took
Yeah.
off running, and then
No.
cops came by and they're like, "Yeah, we have a couple of those distress calls this evening." So I guess we weren't the first
That
house.
shit
That,
was scary, like be kind of scary.
For real.
though.
but
Like,
we
someone
lived in
just
like
screaming at
it
your
was a
door.
dangerous neighborhood back in the day, though. Now it's more like turning more modern
Yeah,
stuff. But back
yep.
then, there used to be some crazy people that used to live there. We used to get our mail stolen all the time.
But you know what? Can I say something really quick? Because
Better pay
do
the
you think
bill.
it's always been like your guys' family's vibe on the side of your dad's family? Like your dad had something? Because even when you guys moved to Mesa, you guys had that pretty house and you saw a bald man knock in the middle of the night, remember? And when you went to check again, he was gone.
Oh yeah,
What the hell?
I've seen some crazy shit, dude. Like I don't know why it happens to me, but that one time too, I still remember, and it's weird though, cause for some reason I'm the only one that heard the door, but my mom them said that no, like we hear nothing, like nothing went off.
Yeah.
But for some reason, And where I was staying, it wasn't even close to the front door. I was like way behind in the back of the house.
His room was all in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like
You're the only one that heard it.
my parents would have been the first ones because their room's right by the main door.
Yeah.
So they're like probably like 20 feet away from it. And I was probably like 40, 50 feet away from the door. And I heard it. It woke me up though because I heard the doorbell.
The knock. Oh.
The doorbell. Oh, actually, it was a knock because we used to have like a metal. Do you know how back in the old days they had those metal knocks where you just
You grab it.
grab it? It's like a lion's head or face, whatever. That's what it was. And I remember I heard the knock, and for some reason, like no one ever does that. People will actually press the button. So then I went and checked, and then we had like a little peephole. And I looked into it, and I just see a guy like a bald dude just staring like that, looking at me, and like looking through the peephole, like I could feel him staring at me. And then I went over to the side. And there's a window right there to see who. And I looked over, and there's no one there.
What?
And I'm
in
like
no matter like what 2 seconds.
Yeah. So I'm like, and then I go back into the peephole, and I'm like scared already, like, cause I'm like, I was probably like 15 at this time, so I was like, what the fuck? And I look into the peephole, and he's just right there, started looking at me.
What the? Fuck?
And I'm like. And that's when I got scared, and I was like, "Who is it?" And like, because I was like, because I don't know what time it was, but it was late at night.
They say you should never talk to
Yeah,
them.
and
Or let it open the
Or
door
like,
either.
yeah.
Never
I
open
feel
the
like
door.
you're scaring me because you said, is it something like basically following from like his dad's side or something? I live with him, Yvette. You're
No, but
scaring
that was
me.
before. Honestly,
now I'm like
no,
scared.
no.
I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest. His family had a negative vibe. You guys had a negative vibe.
Wait,
Yeah.
because didn't you? I don't know if I'm switching up here. It's the same thing. You told me about a Theo once that had some shit on him like that because he was dating some lady that was.
oh
on some bullshit.
yeah. So it's actually been confirmed with her.
Which
She did
Brujeria.
Yeah, so it's my dad's little brother, Gustavo. His wife was actually a witch.
Rosy?
Rosy was an actual
Sorry,
witch.
we're not supposed to say names.
Well, who don't knows?
Okay.
Well,
They never seen it.
We'll call her
are the
Rosie.
fake names.
yeah, those are the
Those
fake
are
names.
the fake names.
So she wasn't a witch, but she like practiced like witchcraft and stuff like that.
She was fucking with that shit.
Yeah, and I guess he like was in love with her, and like she used them and like did so much shit to him and all that. And I guess one night he ended up finding like a picture of him, like with like you know how they do like kind of like a
Like voodoo?
and stuff like that. And it was his picture
Yeah.
with like needles and like his
the
eyes
hell?
were like bandaged up like with the like this kind
Little,
of stuff.
like, yeah.
Banded around his photo and stuff like that. And I remember he's told my dad that he ended up burning or something like that. And ever since that happened, like he got, like just
Got over her.
go over, like he just wanted to be there no more. He felt like something was weighing him down. He was so depressed and sad, and he was just scared for his life.
Fuck.
And
creepy.
she tried to do it again, but it didn't work because he went to go get like blessed todo eso.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when they started going through other problems, and that's when he ended up just leaving her.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said that he was witched, or what do you call it? Put a
They said
spell.
brujeria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard some shit like when they have the picture, it's like you have to give it to them. Or something. And
Give
so,
it-
I don't know in what
Oh,
cases that is.
someone gives it to him, you know?
Yeah, like it has to be like accepted or some shit. Like you know, like you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like, they'll
offered?
ask you for a picture because I don't know. We had a I don't know if I should bring it up. Okay, I had this one friend where he's talking about his cousin, his tia lives in like in another state and shit, and she kept asking for photos. And I was like, in modern times, I was like, why the fuck would you ask for that?
Yeah, you just
Send it through the phone.
no, but even that still, you can just print it out.
Yeah,
No,
like
yeah.
Or like easy go on Instagram and screenshot it for
But-
yourself.
yeah,
I
she's
think
like,
the-
you should send me photos type shit.
That's weird. And then supposedly like the red underwear, and like they would.
What?
They had like the like red underwear, just like they need that specific color, and it disappeared. Like she had like a pair of underwear that was red,
Yeah.
and it was gone like when they came over to visit. So like they took it.
Oh, from recently?
No, like
from when they visited a year ago?
Explain that again. So they have to have a pair of red
Like,
underwears?
Yeah,
For sniffing.
supposedly. 'Cause I seen it too. There's a video like supposedly there's like a fake prank one, but it's like a video like the girl's trying to like make the guy fall in love. But it's a prank. So is the girl on a
The
date with the guy,
Which
and then the other guy, they're both in the prank. The guy and the girl on the date. But the guy that's watching, he saw like the girl like put like red underwear in his drink, like dip it in.
Oh, ew,
Like that.
I've seen that.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Kinda
And supposedly
fetish
it's like
is
the
that?
whole like love
Make them fall
cast,
for you
yeah.
hard.
These panties.
Kind of like Cupid, like something that.
Yeah, you know too. Like girls use their period blood for that shit.
Hey, you remember that girl that ate her
That
own
ate her
tampon? You remember that shit?
I
Eric?
just saw a meme about that the other
Like what
day,
happened to
and
that
it was
girl?
just
That
a
girl that ate
picture
her
of
own
her.
tampon. This is like swag era.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her not that like a week ago, and it's
Yeah.
like, if you know, you know, and
I'll
like
never
the-
forget.
all the younger generation is like, who is that? Who is that? And everyone's like, a girl that ate her tampon. Everyone's all, ugh, like the younger generation.
You know what else I learned too? Like, you know how like they do like like food plates, like barbecues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like supposedly like if like a neighbor like you hardly even talk to or something, like you don't know them, and they bring it over to them. Oh hey, we were thinking about you, so we brought you a plate.
You shouldn't eat it.
You shouldn't eat it because supposedly like curse, like you know, like fun, like love or something bad could happen to you. Like they
Yeah.
do like bad shit to the food, you know, like
It's like bad intentions or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
towards
like
you.
fucking.
What if they're sincerely like they're just like wanting to build up the courage to just talk
just
to
wanna
the
talk.
neighbor?
But then again, that's like something they do such a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, no one even you'll have new neighbors in the neighborhood, and no, you'll never talk to them.
yeah.
Yeah.
We never know.
Yeah, because back then it was everything was different. Because every time we moved a lot when we were younger.
Yeah.
Every house we lived in, all our neighbors used to come up to us and like, hey, like welcome to the neighborhood, and you know this is who you are and all that.
Yeah.
And then so we built like a
Better get off
friendship.
my lawn.
Yeah, he's like better not step on my grass. And so we built a relationship with all our neighbors that we ever moved towards, like, you know, in every neighborhood.
Yeah.
And now it's like I see everybody's like they don't even talk to other neighbors, like they don't even wave at them. It's like you're leaving next to a stranger, like you never know what they're capable of and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Serial killer. And
Yeah,
stuff like
it
that.
is true though. Like you never know, dude. Like my neighbor sometimes comes out in the middle of the night and does some weird shit, and he always has cars coming in and out, so we think he's a drug dealer or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that. And we're like, you just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, it's like, and then if you do try to be nice, like nowadays, everybody takes it to offense.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
why,
that
why-
is true,
They're like,
yeah.
why the fuck are you trying to talk
Yeah,
to
or
me?
like even if like say for men and shit, if you greet a woman, it's like kind of could be seen as like, oh, why are you talking to me and shit.
Like, oh, he's a perv.
Yeah, like why is he looking at me waving?
Yeah.
Just trying to be nice, asshole.
He's undressing me with his eyes.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like since the whole like the new Jeffrey Dahmer show, whatever came out, like me and her talk about like, do you want like how many like when we went to the Bad Bunny concert, like how many people do you think in here are like serial killers?
The guy
I
next
did
to
ask you that.
you.
How
The
many?
guy next to you.
The guy waiting for
The
you to
guy
push
right
him.
next to you.
Like
It's
we were
me.
just sitting down, and I was like, "How many killers do you think are in here right now?"
That is true though, but you always get, and then that's all like me and her talk about. Like you never know who out here is like pedophiles, killers, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
criminals, and they're just planning on like kidnapping someone after the show, or like you never know, and it's so scary.
Like someone went to the show with someone and they drugged them that night.
that,
Like you never know.
or they're
That
just there
too.
trying to see who's really drunk and trying to like capture
Ew,
them.
that's so true.
Because it's happened a lot where a lot of people in events go missing because
Oh, yeah.
they either get like separated from their friends and they're too drunk, or they just think they went back home, and then there's people
Can-
missing. And
Can I make a comment on that? So like, Joe and I, our biggest thing right now is like, I'm getting out of my comfort zone where, like we travel on our own or we go out on our own because I've always been so used to it only going with my family.
Yeah.
And I tell them the reason why is because I know I'm gonna be safe. I know they'll have my back. As if when I go with friends, like I'm not
You never know what's
comfortable
gonna happen.
and I don't drink because of the fact I'm like I need to know I'm gonna get home safe.
Yeah.
So like that's why like when I go out, like if I'm not with my family, then no way I'm not gonna get drunk because of the same fact that you never know who's watching and you never know nowadays what they'll slip in your drink.
Yeah. Even if I feel like people don't care anymore. Like even if you're with a guy, like if neither of you are careful and paying attention to your drinks, I feel like it doesn't matter
You
anymore.
get drugged. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've
because a
had,
girl will think she can go to the bathroom alone and you get snatched up.
Oh,
You know what's funny? You know what's
yeah.
funny? Before her, there was a girl that I went on a date on. I met off Bumble, and then we went on. It was whack. It was whatever. But she went to the bathroom. Like she's like, "Don't put anything in my drink." I was like, "What? What the hell?" Like what?
it's happened before.
What
Right?
happened to you?
Well,
That's sad though that they have to say that.
Well, like there's another.
Yo, okay, like not to cut you off, but I had a Tinder encounter once, like a few years ago, like back when it was popping, like 4 or 5 years ago and shit. And then I jokingly told the girl, I was like, "Yo, I'm glad you didn't kill me." 'Cause it was like sketchy, bro, and it was a sketchy ass part of the neighborhood and shit, like in Phoenix.
she's like, the night's not over yet.
A night
behind
to
you.
die for.
Look behind you.
like if Eric didn't know Alejandro, I don't think I would have ever gone on a date with you because
What if Alejandro came up to you?
no
Would you have
because
talked to him?
She's all like, please don't slip
no
something
because
in
I was
my
like
drink.
okay, Eric knows who he is. Like if something
Would you
like
think my man's
happens,
cute?
Yeah.
like I it was the fact that he
Latino.
knew someone, so I felt comfortable enough to go on
Yeah,
a
and
date
it's not like
Come
they
up.
just knew each other. Like they've known each other
for years. Yeah. But like Tinder dates, I never went on those because
Yeah,
I
that
was
shit's
scared.
I
sketchy,
feel
bro.
like
Sometimes people rob people. And
That's what I
too.
guess.
Yeah.
I guess when he does it, like he's like, "I'm gonna go out because he told me I'm gonna go on a date. I'm gonna send you my location."
Yeah.
And oh shit, what's something happen?
Yeah, and then no, it was crazy. I had a couple of times once where they like told me to pull up and shit, and then they deleted the account as soon as I got there.
What the hell?
And it was like at a hotel and shit, so I just dipped, bro. It was fucking scary.
I feel like
Oh, that's
Scary.
good.
And
You're
even,
smart.
and I still carry too. I carry like but like I don't. That doesn't mean much and shit. Still.
Yeah.
And then I had another encounter once where they wanted me to park next to a white van, so I just dipped.
What the hell?
What
Yeah.
the heck?
Yeah.
I feel
And then
like that
this
doesn't
is
look
the one-
suspicious.
No. This
It's like
is
the most suspicious thing. The
no,
white
no.
van.
Yeah, no. Hear me out. And this is the one and only time, miraculously, I parked reverse. So I was like kind of ready to dip because I had that white car, the rental. So I was like driving like la 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 la, feeling myself. So I parked reverse. So my door was opposite to the sliding part of that van, and that van was
shit.
ready. Looked like it was ready to dip. They kept telling me to get out, like just come to the whatever. Like I don't know if they said come to the van, but just get out. And I was like, something was weird about that van and the place because the address I was at was right in front of it. Like I was parked right in front of the address that they gave me and shit. So I just did, bro. It was so fucking creepy. I fucking left. And, it was
And
like,
then they message you like, hey, why'd
yeah,
you
and they
leave?
just deleted their shit. No, they didn't message me. They just deleted their shit. Those both encounters just are two separate things. They were so creepy.
Maybe be careful.
I feel
That's
like-
scary.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't even like doing this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't trust people online too.
And
They just
then
fuck
deadass,
shit.
this is deadass. To be honest, too, to elaborate more, this is like from the post breakup. So I was like, just dogging, going, doing my thing and shit. So I guess I was kind of like that. But this shit was so creepy, bro. To this day, that shit creeped me out.
I feel like if even for women, I'm sorry, I will take away from men for this. I feel like
Yeah.
women, so much scarier. I don't even want to go to the grocery store alone sometimes. Like I'm so scared of like kidnappings or like really anything these days. Like they're not scared to do it during daylight anymore.
No, you know what though? I was telling Ali about it. I was like, it's funny because, like, I told him I feel like I can never be feminine. Like I always have to feel like I'm masculine
To protect yourself.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
when I go
me too.
out in public, I'm like,
I'll make
I
you
need
feel
to let
feminine.
them know. Like,
Am I right, babe?
no, we don't get enough of that. But anyways, like I feel like because the more fragile you look, like, oh, yeah, I don't know, let's.
Especially when you're
Yeah,
You
so like
got
when I go in public, I'm like, I feel, yeah, I'm walking like this. Like,
like the dog.
You have like a fake gun in the air ready to go.
Me, I'm just like, I got a gun.
It's all water gun. You're like holding on your hip.
What's up, bro?
No, but it's true. Like I feel like no matter where we go, it's not safe. And he's
You're
always
just
like,
scaring me.
"Why are you so worried to go out alone?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Because I don't trust anything."
No, that's
You know
funny,
what I mean? And my mom goes out all the time alone. Like my dad is kind of like oblivious. Like he just kind of stays at home, and my mom goes alone. And I'm like, "Mom, you need to stop
That's
going
scary,
out.
yeah.
Like you don't
Scary.
know."
Yeah.
well, I mean, like I guess it's less scarier and during the daytime, but like at nighttime, definitely never.
It's
go.
all-
No,
scary,
like,
though.
we just got to LA last week, and then like she told me like, oh, like she's on top of her shit because we were downtown LA. There's like hobos and creepy people.
Yeah.
I told her, damn, like, now I'm like that too with her. Like when we go somewhere out, like out of the state,
Oh hell yeah! Especially
I'm
out of the
like
state, I always feel a little bit eerie.
I'm
and
aware.
shit.
Like now I have to be more aware because I have her and the baby, But like when it was before that, it was just me, like me and my homies. I was like, fuck that, we'll take anybody on you. We'll stomp them out.
we're ready to jump
We'll stomp you, like, come on.
No,
Yeah.
but it's funny because I told them, I'm like, well, at least you know that I'll be down to jump a motherfucker.
Well, like,
real, fuck
like when
that.
me and him went to LA a couple years ago, me and him were on those little electric scooters, like just driving.
you and me?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, yeah.
That
And
shit's
then Mike
fun.
died in the tunnel.
I told her that.
It was the creepiest fuck.
I told her that. We went because we were driving the scooters, and then we were like, it was a tunnel next to like our hotel, so we were close to it. But like in the middle of the tunnel, I was in front of him. Like, where the fuck is he at? I look back, he's over there and waiting back in the middle of the tunnel.
Was he
I
like
went-
waving at you?
I went back like, what's wrong? My scooter died.
And that thing was heavy to push.
dude, that shit's
There was a
scary
bunch
as
of
hell.
hobos in there.
Yeah, a
like,
lot of hobos were
Really?
there
Like,
too.
in there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were sleeping, and I felt my thing like turned out right in front of one of their tents.
Oh god.
So I'm like, shit. Then drove
Hey,
over there all
come
like,
in.
all just whatever, driving forward.
a lot of shit does happen to you, bro. Because remember
there's like
that.
a hobo. He's like, "I know how to fix this. Let me help you."
I have a charger.
He's like,
It's Dirty Mike and the boys.
He's like, it plugs right into the dumpster. Do you want to see?
Come back here.
I'm like, yeah, mister, let's go.
He's so oblivious sometimes. He's too friendly.
Tell him.
Eric's way too friendly.
Wait, I'm sorry. He has a story of when he.
I got lured into some.
Yeah, and I told him, I'm like, well, look at the hand movements you did, man. Didn't that look like that's what you were
Okay,
going
wait,
for?
let me explain.
Hold on.
Okay,
Whoa.
so this is when I was like 15. I was in my hooligan days, like straight up hooligan days.
Shit, the gangster dude.
Hooligan, yeah. And then I was like going to the homie spot to like pick some shit up or something. I think I picked up one of my something. So it was a neighbor from his house, and it was like 3-4 houses down. And then
It's always the neighbor.
yeah,
Can't trust them telling you.
he was like on the side door of the house and shit, kind of like the drive. You know the garages that are empty, like they're just like a cover. He was coming.
Wait, real quick. Haven't you seen The Lovely Bones?
No.
Oh, you probably wouldn't have
watch
gone
it.
to his house if you'd seen that movie.
Oh God. Anyways, so no, that's what I'm telling you. That's why I elaborate because those are my hooligan days. I didn't give a fuck. Like I just didn't care. Some dude called. He was like calling me from his garage or some shit, and he was like, "Hey, Fuck, what did he say?
I thought
was
he
like,
did the. You said that you explained that he did like this. the
No, yeah.
gestures.
He said, hey, he said, he
Yeah.
asked, like, no, okay, let me explain. Because he was like, he asked me if, like, I wanted weed or some shit, or you trying to buy some weed or something. And then, like I said, I was a hooligan, so I was like, hey, I'm looking for, like,
A good time.
No! I was looking for, like, a piece. So I did the
skipping
gesture,
reality.
like,
A piece of that ass.
I was like, you know where I can get a, like, you know when you cock back? Yeah, I did that
Exactly. So
gesture. Yeah, so I was like,
Wait,
you know where I can
how
get one of these, like,
How old was this guy at the time? I'm sorry,
Bro,
I
he was
missed
like
that.
30 or some shit.
And you
I
were
was
how
like,
old again?
I was like 15. I was like, you know where I can get a strap? And then like, yeah, all these terms sound terrible. Think about it. And then he was like, yeah. So I don't know why the fuck I went into his house. And then he was like,
All the red flags were
yeah,
there.
yeah. He was like, and then he was talking about like the weed and shit, and I was like, "Well, what kind of weed you got?" And he was like, "Just some regular stuff." And then he puts on porn in the living room, and I was like, "What the fuck? I'm gonna leave." And then I was like, and some lady, like some
No,
regular
don't
looking lady,
leave.
Nah,
Had it over.
have another drink. Come on, we'll take some pictures.
so let's take some pictures. Go get the camera. Anyways, he asked me that, and I was like, "This is fucking weird, bro." So I'm leaving this shit. I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna leave and this shit." And then he stops me. He's like, "Bro, it was just fucking weird." And then he was like,
he stops you in what?
"What you say it?"
You say it. I
You
don't
say it.
remember it.
It's your
say it.
story.
No, he said
You
it.
gotta say it.
Say it.
It was so weird. So
It
I
doesn't
just
feel
left.
right
Didn't he
coming
wanna
off the
kiss you?
tongue.
Yeah. Huh?
He wanted to kiss you, right?
No.
What did he
That's
do?
shit.
Just say the
Say
story.
it.
Say it.
I just left.
No,
you didn't.
say it.
Say what happened.
Say it.
No, he asked me. He was like, "Fucking okay." Then he asked. He was this weird ass dude. He asked me, "Do you want to get your dick sucked?" And I was like, "What the fuck, by a girl?" And then he just like, and I just left. It was fucking weird, bro. It was fucking.
Wait,
weird.
so you
Yes.
said by a girl and then
No,
he
yeah,
did
because I was
respond?
confused. Like, why is a man asking me this?
Yeah, but then
The man was asking Tino if he wanted to
right.
get
But then you said by a girl
Yeah,
and he
'cause,
didn't
like-
say anything.
No, and then I just left.
So you guys just stared at each other for a quick second.
He's like,
He puts on the wig if you want me to be a girl.
no, I'm
But
out
do
in
you
it.
see, like,
yes.
I told him, and when he told me this story, I was like, well, Tino, look at the hand movements that you showed him. What did you expect?
He probably thought you were down for that. He's going
Right,
like
'cause
this.
he's like
yeah.
this.
Because I was like I said, I was a hooligan, so I was looking for like a strap. And I was like, you know, I could get one.
Why don't you just say, do you have guns for sale?
All the key words were there. All of them.
Literally.
you set him up for
That's
it.
a
Set him
great
up for it.
story.
It was the weirdest
He's
shit,
all
bro.
confused once you left. He's like, I thought this was what he wanted. he asked for this.
What did I do wrong?
I just left. I just
Where did
left.
I go wrong?
And I didn't tell anyone. I barely told that drove that story like a couple years ago. I didn't
Yeah.
tell anyone for a long ass time.
That is a weird.
That shit was weird.
That's really
It
weird.
was weird as fuck.
That's funny.
That was weird.
It's like one of my favorite stories I've ever heard.
It is.
Favorite story again.
But wait, we're not even talking about how creepy that guy is. He's 30, like messing with a
You know,
15-year-old.
funny? There's a friend that lived right across from him. I remember like we would go to his house every now and then.
Yeah.
I know where it's at because he lived next to Kane, right?
Yeah.
That street, yeah. My friend lived right across the house. I think where you went.
No way.
Oh shit!
He sounds like the pervert off of Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it. Is that the one?
No, that's Quagmire.
Oh, what about the pervert
Oh,
one?
You're
the
talking
old
about
man?
the old
He like
one.
whistles when he
He
talks.
likes Chris.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
He always asks Chris, like,
take your shirt off.
oh my god, that was literally
How
that
did he
guy
talk?
with him. Literally.
You can take your shirt off. Like he said that to the old man
It's
and
hot
shit to
in
Chris
here.
when
Do you
Chris is
want to
like
take
mowing the
your shirt?
grass and shit. He's like, you can take your shirt off if you want. Anyways,
That was
creepy
a really
encounter.
good
So I
story.
dipped.
Thank you for sharing that, Tina.
Yeah, this guy.
Have you ever encountered
chilling.
somebody older than you that like
What's up, girl?
that was like really inappropriate with you?
Older?
No,
Like
actually,
getting on her and shit.
Yeah.
no. But I remember being like, maybe 8 or 9, and I went to the store with my uncle Ismael when he lived here in AZ,
yeah.
and we were at the dollar store, and this man, like I went to the toys, and this man, he looked like a cholo, and he told me to come here, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna go, and he's like, come here, and then I ran to Izzy. And then as soon as he saw me go to Izzy, he like walked away, and I was like, "Hey, like he was telling me to go over there." And I don't know if I couldn't explain myself that correctly, and Izzy was just kind of like looking, and like I don't know if they understood me or
He was
not.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You could have gotten kidnapped even.
You've been in plenty situations like that.
yeah. Did you guys know I ran away from home?
No.
Well,
Oh, when you were little?
yes.
Oh, yeah, tell the
How
I
old
was
were
like
you?
4. I lived at my grandma's
And you were
house.
already fed up, huh?
No,
up.
the thing was, I was
Just like
staying
this
at my
life isn't
grandma's.
enough.
No, I was staying at my grandma's, and I wanted to get home. And well, when Eric lived here at that Wolf House, right across the street from here, my parents lived with them at the time, and I knew how to get there by a 7-Eleven.
At 4 years old?
Yeah, I wanted to get home.
Impressive.
Yeah, I wanted to go home, and the one night my grandparents forgot to lock their gate, I was able to get out.
She's all like, my grandparents won't take me, I'll take myself.
Well, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, guys.
Damn.
Oh,
And
God.
I remember like I just had long socks on, shorts, and a regular
You
t-shirt.
didn't have shoes?
Nope. And some family picked me up, and they had 2 twins in the back, and they had McDonald's, and they were like, "Where are your parents?" And like I couldn't really communicate that well yet. And then like they ended up calling the police, and that's funny because remember Izzy was talking about it. My dad and my mom had seen the police there, and they're like, "Damn, well, I wonder what happened." So they passed me, and I was getting in the car with the police.
my God.
And I remember pointing to the 7-Eleven. That's how far I got. I was like, "Hey," I kept saying like "home, home," and I just couldn't communicate. And they took me to an orphanage that night.
Are you serious?
How long were you there for?
One night. I remember like I loved being there because they had the double doors. So it's when either one like the door is flopped, one door is able to be open while the other one's like closed. And I love those doors for some reason. And this little boy kept bringing me his stuffed animals. And then all I remember is like they told me I like go to bed. And then next thing you know, I woke up and some man was carrying me.
Did you even comprehend yet that you were away from your family?
No, I didn't actually. No.
You know, it's funny that you remember that at 4 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like a very
That's so
core
sca-
memory
that-
for me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so scary, dude. Because you could easily just like disappeared, or
Yeah,
someone else
and
could've
there's
took you. That
there's a
scares me.
canal right there, and I could have easily fallen in.
Oh my god.
Damn.
So I definitely
How did
always
your
been
parents
guarded.
find out?
My grandma woke up in the middle, or woke up in the morning, and she said that the door was open, and so she was like, "What is going on? Why is the door open?" And she went to go check, to check on us. It was me and my aunt, and she saw that I was missing, and she woke up my grandpa, and they were all looking for me. And then she calls my mom, and that's when they called the police. And so like I'm guessing like they look for
They
like
connected, yeah. Connect
Yeah.
the dots.
like any missing children. But like I remember I woke up and like I was getting carried by a man, and then getting there, and my grandma was there, and they were all crying. They were just passing me around, and I'm like, "What's going on? Like, why are you guys crying? I'm here, you know." So I didn't understand.
You're
what
like,
I,
I
had done
just took a
wrong.
detour, Grandma. Calm down. It's not that serious. I know I'm 4.
I had a great night, guys.
Yeah, I know I'm 4, but I know what I'm doing.
I had it under control.
This was all a part of the plan.
Yeah.
You guys were supposed to pick me up here. I left a note. It was on the counter.
All scribbles.
You couldn't read it? No.
It's just like a stick figure of you and home.
A line.
An arrow to your grandma's house. You arrow to your home.
The 7-Eleven.
So dumb.
Yeah. No, but I remember like I'm like, damn, I've been through some like that. I could have easily gone raped. I could have easily gone murdered.
Yeah.
I could have
Died.
drowned. I could have gone lost.
Yeah, that shit breaks my heart just hearing about it because it scares me so much. Because like I literally picture Emma because that's about the same issue. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I feel so bad thinking about it now, and I'm like, I would have lost my mind if Emma would ever like gone
Done
through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I would have gone
That's crazy.
psycho.
No.
Like as a parent.
As a parent,
Seeing it from the
I
other
would
side.
have like searched from like from the ends of the world for my child.
See, and the worst part is like now it's gotten so scary, like back to like kidnappings and things like that. Eric and I have talked about like, do we want kids? Do we not? We always go back and forth. And one of the biggest things that kind of puts like a hinder on it is like, this world is so scary. Like we don't know what's gonna happen.
Why
Are
would you
we we bringing them into like a shitty world?
You know,
Yeah.
to add to that, I had a friend. He said he went to therapy and shit, and then he was talking to his therapist, like just catching up, like, oh, how you been and all that stuff. But he was like, let me ask him. I never really talked to him and shit. So he asked his therapist, like, what's up with you? Like, like how you been? Do you have like you have kids and shit? And the therapist himself said, no, I never had kids because I don't want to bring them into this world. I don't like that. I don't know. For me, hearing that from a therapist, that's like, whoa,
Yeah.
like true.
Knowing someone that could help you work through
Like, he I mean, his job
He
is
knows
to pick people's
Well, 'cause,
minds and shit.
think about all the shit he hears.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's crazy.
That's true. And you think about it, it's all the grown people. It's probably not even the kids that he's like, obviously doing therapy
Like
with.
referencing to?
Yeah. It's probably more of the adults that have all the trauma from being kids
Like how
that
fucked up.
traumatized
Yeah.
him,
That's fucking scary.
isn't it?
You know, there's some people with conditions. I don't know, not narcissists or like psychos and shit like that, clinical ones. That therapy doesn't help them; it makes them worse
What the hell?
because they learn how to go through the ropes and shit. like, you know what I mean? I forgot what
Oh,
condition it
do you
is.
think like it's more like of a disguise? Like if I just look like I'm trying to like reach for help, then
Maybe.
it's just
Get
a
people
cover.
off my
It's
back.
a
I
sugar
can
dahmer.
kind of relate to that. Because one time when I was, like I said, in my hooligan days, they made me take these like drug reform classes and all this shit. And basically, I learned a couple of things. Like, oh, I could get away with this even faster if you like, but with these key points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it did that.
They teach you how to get away with it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? When I took like criminal justice classes in community college, like now I know all the shit I can get away with.
It's like, Yo, it's so crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy though too. The information you put out could like,
Yeah.
you know, in the good or right hands and shit.
Well, it's like, oh, that reminds me. I'm sure everyone's seen Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Yeah.
You know when
I've seen
he
most of
like,
it.
huh?
I've only seen like the first 2 episodes of the other shit. Go on.
Okay, you might not know this part. It's not
But
gonna.
I've
it's
read
not
articles
gonna,
of him, so I can.
Okay, it's not gonna ruin anything. But I think it's like episode like 4 or 5, maybe even 6, where he like enlists in the army because his dad makes him. And he takes he takes classes and learns about like different chemicals and medications, and he used that information like
Oh yeah, that's what he
Just-
started.
for
yeah.
his victims. Yeah, when he put them in like the big barrel, that was some of the stuff he learned, like things that he can mix with other things.
How
He
many
learned that.
bodies did they say they found when they actually
Four-
found
17.
Oh.
14? I thought it was
Oh,
like,
in the apartment, 11.
that's
Damn.
fucking crazy. I thought it was like 3 or 5, but 11,
No.
like past 10, bro. That's fucking wild.
That is.
And
I think the worst part about that whole series was there's so many things that could have prevented
yeah,
all of the, well, not all of the death, but
This could have been stopped
multiple.
sooner.
Yeah. He tried to reach out to his dad.
Okay, that's fine.
His dad didn't want anything to do with it. Right. And then there's the police officers. They failed to like check
yeah,
when he had that body in the back seat.
yeah.
I think you might have seen that. That was probably in the first or second episode. And then his parole officer didn't check on him like after there was like he got the charges for like sexual assault, I think.
The 13-year-old
wasn't he a
at first.
registered- he was
Yeah.
technically a registered sex offender by the time he got caught with all this shit, right? He was a
Yeah,
sex
yeah.
offender.
Yeah.
And his
He had it pretty easy, and that's why he said he did a lot of what he did because he noticed how easy he would get off of everything.
And then some people argue that he got dismissed from a lot of things because
He did.
because because the fact that he was homosexual, and then back then they viewed it differently. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Like,
No,
That's true.
I don't think they.
people
Well, some
wanted to
people
bring
argue that.
attention to it too at that time.
yeah, some people not. That some people
Oh,
argue
like
that.
with the 14-year-old, how the cops like just quickly like didn't even like
Well,
investigate in the
like,
apartment.
Yeah, they should have
from
checked
that
ID.
scene right there, like that scene where like they like the little 14-year-old and like they question him.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Why are they gonna listen to like the black lady? Because she's like obviously because the cops, you know,
Especially
back
at
then,
that time,
At
yeah.
that time, they were like, oh, we don't care, you know. So like for him, like, oh, he's my boyfriend. He's 19, you know, whatever. He just got out. He's drunk, you know. Like the thing, okay, when you think that too, like if you came out, something happened
No.
to you, like you tell him, hey, like let's say me and you got drunk and I went out, ran outside. The cops called, like, hey, he's just my boyfriend. He got drunk, so I'm gonna take him back inside. Like, okay, just make sure he's good inside, you know.
Yeah,
So it's like-
but the thing
but it's
is,
just
like,
fucking
visually
scary,
young.
bro.
Thank you. The thing was,
But they
though,
didn't know.
yeah, exactly. Like
was visually
They should have.
young. Yeah,
they
that's the
should
thing,
have
too.
like used their common sense and used their right discretion to say, okay, this
So,
person looks
and
like they're young.
Yeah, and it could easily be one of those moments like, I let this person slide. They probably didn't do anything.
Could've
wrong.
been.
And then the
Wouldn't happen
smell.
if I was a cop.
Why
Exactly.
weren't police called? Like, okay, so police were called, but never went and investigated the smell.
Mm-hmm.
Had they did that way earlier, like,
A lot of it would have
Even the
been
landlord
avoided.
could have fucking done something, right?
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he did, but like
It
way
was late.
late.
It was
Way
too
later.
late.
Yeah.
yeah, because there had been neighbors that
Yo, and
complained on
didn't they
it.
say that the neighbor's daughter, when the lady that he fed the sandwich or whatever, some shit,
You know,
the neighbor's daughter like didn't live there because the smell was that bad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
bro, if it's that fucking extreme where someone moves out, like how the fuck did people just ignore it? You know what I'm saying?
Because they had nowhere to go. Like, this was poverty.
No, it was-
It was-
No,
it was-
I'm saying like, why didn't someone like fucking like intervene or kick him
Oh,
out?
it
Yeah,
was
like
that smell,
it,
yeah.
kick
the
him
smell
out
was
at
that
least.
bad.
You know, they would you think.
It did. That did actually happen when he did get kicked out. He got evicted by his landlord because they're like, it's not the first time that the people are complaining about it. The smell's so bad. He's like, well, I got cleaning people cleaning right now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry, but you have to go.
I'm gonna kill him
but
too.
at that point, it was already too late. He's already killed a couple of kids and stuff.
It was already like 11 bodies.
That
It was
shit's-
too
yeah,
late.
already 11 bodies
Oh.
deep.
Oh my bad, I'm not trying to change it. But speaking of serial killers and shit, remember the one we were talking about? I don't know if you guys heard. There's apparently a serial killer going around right now in Stockton.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
mainly
for
targeting
Hispanic.
Hispanic
Oh,
men.
me and him were just
Yeah, we
talking
were
about
talking
that.
about that.
earlier.
Talking about it.
Hispanic
Yeah.
men. I thought about it for a second. I was like, whoa, that's me.
No. Oh yeah, like us. Like that's what I thought. We could have been dead if it was us like out there. But
And I
that's
was like,
all,
well, that's in California.
that's all TikTok and like
Could've
that
been you
was
guys in
happening.
the alley.
And like in the
For
comments
real.
that dude just wants a documentary so bad.
For real? Oh god, I hate the
no.
comments.
But you know that's sad though, how we like as America, like American, everybody just jokes about shit like
No,
that.
it's
man.
true.
Like,
Yeah.
Especially
You
how we
can't
And
take
dismiss
nothing
it.
serious.
Especially
no
how we
more.
joke so much about school shootings and shit. I saw this post one saying like, "Hey, bro, if aliens invaded this Earth, like Twitter wouldn't fail to have memes up in like 20 minutes."
And, like in 10 minutes, there's already memes about it. We're just so numb to everything nowadays that I think
It's like dark humor and shit.
yeah, I think that's how we cope. It's funny though, cause like people cope like that.
Conditioned us to be numb to all.
But it's
Yeah.
funny how, like, if you really think about it, social media, is a lot of like dark humor and like just joke about stuff like that. But when we speak about it and stuff like that, people are trying to cancel us and
Oh,
like
yeah.
say, "Hey,
Mhm.
why are you talking like that? That's not right. That's disrespectful and all that." It's like, bro, have you seen the memes out there? Like how bad they are compared to like what people are saying.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true. Like if at the same time, it's like there's a face to it. You know,
Yeah.
memes are like people are hiding behind them and shit. You know, just
That's
trolls
social
and
media
shit.
for you, man.
Trolls and shit.
Everybody's probably in the basement and just, what can I make up today?
Yeah.
That's a good
Like,
picture.
No, I mean that's true though. But some people strive off hate and negativity.
Yeah, it is. It is
That's
true
it,
that.
like,
Yeah.
like certified haters, bro. Just strive.
What
off
I mean,
hate.
I mean, I could be. I mean, I'm guilty of that too. Because there's
I
times
know
where
my way around some hate.
yeah. No, because like it's not.
He's like, let me give you the other side of the perspective.
Yeah, it's not that I like intentionally hate them. It's just like when you see people online, they're like, dude, how are you so rich for doing stupid shit? It's like,
Oh, okay. Well,
bro.
I mean, that's kind of valid though.
But I mean, I'm not gonna go on there and go on their page and start writing hate notes and stuff like that. I'm just like,
I hate this.
every week I send out the mail to them.
I know he's like hate letters. Like you can't just leave a comment.
I want them to personally grab it.
I want them to know it was me.
Twas I.
You know what's scary?
Hmm.
Like when they bring out all these serial killer like documentaries again and then like make big hits, a lot of people try to be copycats.
Oh yeah.
And so a lot of it
Ooh.
comes to light again, you know?
Well,
It's true. I mean, they're good and bad because, like, people are obviously more aware, right? Maybe younger like kids are probably like more aware. Like, you know, I'm not going to your apartment. I saw that documentary.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going. I don't
or
care.
it lets them know, like, look at your drinks. Like, how,
yeah, look at your drink.
like the last one that Jeffrey brought into the apartment, and he looked at the
one that
drink and he's
escaped?
like, what is in the drink?
Wait.
Why-
The guy looked
yeah.
at the drink.
Yeah, he looked at the drink. He's like, what's
what
that
was
white
it?
stuff?
Was it fuzzing?
Yeah, and
what
he
would he
left
put?
it.
Like a pill, or what would he put?
He would put
Yeah,
the sleeping medication
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
How do you not? Don't. Oh, wait. To be
How do you
fair,
not check
though-
your drinks?
No, but to be fair though,
How you not
what,
taste
in
it?
some instances, yeah, I was about to say, in some instances, couldn't you like taste it or smell it? But to be fair, I wouldn't doubt if there's like ones that didn't taste anything.
Yeah.
like roofies and shit. I don't think it tastes like it has a taste and something because the drugging makes you feel kind of intoxicated. That's why it's kind of confused with people. And then not enough people talk about the fact that after someone's drugged from roofies, bro, it takes months sometimes to like heal from it. Like it fucks up your body.
yeah.
That's scary. This makes me wonder, like, do I want to chip Emma so that when she gets older, like, chip her?
That's crazy how we used to do
Yeah,
that
tracking
too.
device in the
Like,
back
like
of
we
your
would
ear.
just go out and drink, and you never thought of that.
It's sad that we can't go out.
drinks from strangers and
But
shit.
here, have a drink.
Well, that one night too, like when we used to go out, we used to get like blackout drunk and stuff like that. And I remember this one night when we, remember when we reconnected again and we went out that one night to Mill Ave.
Yeah.
And at that time, my ex girlfriend was at work, so I had no way to get back home.
Yeah.
And then you guys were gonna go somewhere else, and I didn't want to go, so I'm just gonna go back home. But she was supposed to come pick me up, but then I can't. Like my shift hasn't ended yet, so I'm still busy. And so I'm all passed out at this restaurant, just eating pizza, all
What the
fucking
hell?
yeah, passed out,
By
drunk
yourself?
by myself, yeah.
My heart is broken.
And
Why didn't you call me or something?
Why didn't you Uber?
Well,
Didn't think
so
about-
that's what I'm saying. So and then I was like really messed up. So I got an Uber, and I just remember when I got in the Uber, I just remember passing out the whole night.
Yeah.
And then I just remember him like, "Hey, we're home. We're at your house, dude."
He's all going through your
And
pockets.
then I know, but it's funny though, because at that time I didn't. You don't think about it when you're so drunk and all. You don't think about like the consequences of what's gonna happen. But luckily, that guy was a really cool dude. Where he actually woke me up and like, hey, and he actually walked me into my house and stuff like that.
What the hell?
That was
He's
nice.
like, hey, man,
I'm
Puts
so
him
in his
glad
bed,
that you
tucked
had
him
to
in.
go.
Takes off my pants
Gives
and
you a
like
little
socks
kiss.
and all that.
Puts his pajamas
Puts his
on.
pajamas
Yeah,
on.
like gives him a kiss on the forehead.
Forehead.
Good night, sweetheart.
Puts the water there in the side for
He's
him.
like,
We need some good
Hey,
ratings,
before he
please.
closes the door, make sure to tip.
5-star rating.
He's like, hey, can I get a beer from
Imagine
your
just
fridge?
reading a review like that. He tucked me in.
He
and
tucked
everything.
me in. And
Oh, speaking of blackout drunk, last night, okay, I blacked out probably like the last. Basically, towards the end of the night, I just remember like It just skips, and I'm at Kennedy's house and shit. At Kenji's house, I woke up in the studio and shit, and then I don't remember leaving.
He's like, I just made a fire song.
I made a fire song. I don't remember recording it. No, it's stupid. It fucking pains me to say this. I lost my grills. Like, I don't know where the fuck I put them. Like I have a little box I usually keep them in, but like I don't know what the fuck happened. I have no way in hell. Like I really hope maybe they're under the couch or some shit. But yeah, I lost my grills.
I really thought this was gonna be a sus story. I did not expect grills.
Okay, from the other story. No, get out of here. Yeah, I lost my grills.
Kidnapped or something. Lost my tooth. Can't find my teeth.
I'm serious, guys. It's my grills.
He's like, I can't find my dentures. I don't know what happened.
I'm on missing teeth and shit. No, but yeah, I lost them. Fuck. I gotta find them.
Dude, well, going back to like the Uber stuff.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys like ever get like a bad feeling about taking Uber? Or is it like
No.
Yo, have you guys ever heard about people give like stories about people quote fake Ubers pulling up and they're like, oh, are you so and so? And they're like, yeah.
I've seen that happen.
They somehow have the information and shit like that.
I haven't had that happen to me, but I've seen that happen.
I had something happen like once. It wasn't scary, but like I like it was Halloween like before. I think it was before I met her that same year.
That same night?
No, that same year. And it was like I think a week before you. But I was at a Halloween party with my friends, and then I got an Uber back to their house because I was staying at their house. And then I was like, okay, they left, so I'm gonna kick back, so I'm gonna take an Uber back. And I called one. It was some dude, and I jumped in. It was cool. But then like a few streets before we got to the place, he kind of turned into like a different building. I was like, what the fuck? What's he doing? Like, this isn't it? I was like, no, bro. It's like 2 more streets up. I was like, oh, okay, my bad.
But he wasn't creepy and all that?
He was quiet. He was an older dude, so I was like, it was all cool until that moment, until he turned to like the little building. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Now they're wearing a cop costume or something.
He's like, he might be a real cop.
I want him to search me down.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why now, when I was younger and partying and all that, I didn't really care. I'll pass on the Uber. Like, you know, I would trust the people. But now, when we take it here and there to like events or whatever, I'm always alert. I'm always making sure I talk to them as much as I can just to get that feeling and see how, just to feel amounts of it. That because I've talked to a lot of them and they say that it's not the Ubers that are getting crazy, it's the people that they pick up that get crazy.
Yeah.
It's the majority of the incidents in Ubers. It's the customers.
The people that they pick up. That's scary.
He's like, there's been times where I've been threatened. There's been times where like, and they can't have guns with them or anything either like that. So and then it's sad though, because like if I was an Uber, I would at least try to make like a wall, like a visible window, plastic glass window. That way, if anything ever happens, they can't get in through the, you know.
Yeah, but the thing that sucks is that a lot of these people who do take the Uber job, like that's their main car. They can't do stuff like that.
And that is true.
Yeah, so
you just gotta risk it, I guess, for the biscuit.
yeah,
Risk it for
like
your biscuit.
like it's always good to let someone know, like before you take an Uber, like, hey, I'm gonna take an Uber. Yeah. This is my location.
No, me and him, like when you go somewhere or when I go somewhere, like we're not like it's weird somewhere or we haven't never been to, we'll send each other the location.
Yeah, or we just have the tracking on and shit. Like, I have it with my brothers and shit. And then I never told you this, Joe. I have mom's tracking on my phone, but she don't have mine. Like, because I went into her phone and did it. Like, so just so I know where she's at.
Nice.
We did that. Like, she was going to pick up her car and she was going alone. She's like, just keep an eye on my location. I watched the whole time. Yeah, I watched the whole time because I don't trust. I'm so scared.
I was kind of like the Snapchat thing. Every now and then I just check up on it. I was like, where's everyone at? And I was like,
where's everyone at?
This person never leaves their fucking house.
Just making sure my friends are okay.
My 2 friends. That's all.
I don't like doing
hanging
that.
out without you.
No, I don't like setting up my locations and everything. Like the only time I'll do it is with my own family.
Like with family.
But friends and I'm like, friends, you guys don't even know where I'm at. I don't. My friends are my family.
That's true.
Move in silence. What was that thing Lil Wayne said? Like real G's move in silence, like
lasagna.
Stupid.
I really sat there and thought about it for a second. I was like, wait,
because you don't hear the G in lasagna.
The G
bars. What's your favorite Lil Wayne bar?
I think we should wrap it up then.
All right, let me see one more thing.
One more thing, then go ahead, man.
Where she's all like, "Better
Let
wear
it off."
Yeah, it's like you better wear latex because you don't want that latex that I think I'm latex.
Oh,
Wait, baby, say the Dahmer one.
Which one?
Dahmer tu amor or
Dahmer this, Dahmer that, Dahmer tu corazón. And with that, I think we'll wrap it up, man.
All right, man, sounds good.
All right, bye.
Take it away, Dro.
My name's Alejandro. This is the Put Me On Something podcast, and I'm here with
Yvette.
Hey, you're a son. Thank you for coming in.
Eric
and Jasmine.
All right, we're done.
Good night.
Out. Peace.